This old thing. So, I am a huge fan of musical theatre, and I've also been in a few musicals. I've been in The Boy from Oz, Anything Goes, the Australian premiere of 9 to 5, no joke, and I was cast in an amateur production of Chicago about 5 years ago when I was living in Sydney. So at that time, I had been doing burlesque for about 2 years. And burlesque for me was a revelation. I fundamentally changed my relationship with my body and my skin. This skin that I had, this body that had always been the wrong shape. It was the wrong shape. It was the wrong shape for the 80s. It was the wrong shape to be attractive. It was wrong. When I was starving myself as a teenager, and my dad said to me, "You're doing really well, just lose a little bit more, just a bit more off your legs, and then you'll look like Jamie Lee Curtis." True. I went to the beach and I had this fabulous high-cut purple swimsuit with a fluorescent yellow zip that I had bought from Maya. As a teenager, that was a big thing. And my friends laughed at my legs because they looked like chicken drumsticks. My body was wrong. But I love dancing and I love performing, so I kept going, kept doing my thing. The dreams of being a professional dancer were out of the window. That was never going to happen, but that was okay. So, fast forward to Chicago, and we're getting put on stage in All That Jazz, that iconic opening number, and we're waiting to be called one by one, because what they do is they call your name out and they call the people at the front first, and then they call the people in the middle, and then they call the people at the back. And it's kind of like when you're at primary school and there's captains chosen for teams and they pick people one by one, and it's great if you're good and it's not great if you're not good. So I found myself in the second last row, and the last row was made up of men, seriously. So everyone else in front of me was different. And I looked around. My row was made of people that were over the age of 40 in the musical. Then you move to the middle, there's the people in the 30s, and you move to the front, people in their 20s. So clearly there was an unwritten hierarchy in that show. I persisted. So the director asked us if we could bring some costumes in, some clothing that we could wear and all that jazz. And here were the rules. It had to be black, sparkly, and a little bit sexy. So I brought one of my burlesque outfits in that I had been wearing in a troupe routine. And it was a completely sequined bra and high-waisted sequined shorts that covered my bum. And I thought it was stage appropriate. And the director picked up the bra and she sighed and she said, "Ah, that's a beautiful bra. But no one wants to see the midriff of a 40-year-old on stage. No one wants to see that." And she made me cover up. No joke. I did, because that's what you do when you're being directed, right? So, I left that production. I decided not to do it anymore because it did not serve me. It didn't make me feel good at all. But here's what happened. That comment, that lit a fire in my belly. And I was like, I refuse to be invisible and be up the back anymore. So I want to let that director know that she was wrong, because I want to see that. I want to see the midriff of a 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old lady on stage. I want to see it all, and I don't fucking care. Yeah. And as a burlesque audience, I really hope that you do too. So thank you.